Alright, let's go. Let's go. Overusing the Paimon email stock. You're overusing it. They're gonna find you. They're gonna find you. Force you to play some Genshin. Alright. There we go. Oh, there we go. Okay. Second. Why now? Alright. Got him. Get some of that coffee going then. Get the water. Get that water. See, at least gonna get some more prime reacting content in the evening. See, you're gonna call it after coffee then. Still gonna be like a chunky coffee session too. With all the news. But then it's gonna be time to reacting at 7 p.m. So I'm gonna go to the store. In the meantime, in between the bakery too, probably, because it's gonna be 9 my time. And starting at 8 p.m., they have 50% discount for everything, so that's gonna be good. That's gonna be good. Right, this one is opened. There we go. Well, let's get them. Then yeah, now that our Pulming card is gone, it's gonna be a bunch of new stuff to play. And some Toad, of course. Toad is not gone yet. I can say kinda soon, but not really. Because I still haven't touched the main quest and haven't touched DLC yet, so still gonna be time, sometime there for sure. On Monday I'm gonna do a little bit of on top of the Toad there, gonna be a bit of the Wrath of the Righteous DLC class I'm gonna do probably again in roguelike mode. Like they sent me the key. Second. Get the phone. Sent me the key. Alright. Wait, did it not load on the laptop? Yeah, laptop for some reason didn't get the messages in chat. What is this shit? 1 second. Did not close you. Maybe I didn't actually. No, I did. Oh, now it's getting okay. Just was taking a while to reconnect, I guess. All right. Now you got the display. Nice. Yeah, 50 bucks is for one. That's quite chunky, I would say. Well, that's quite chunky. I see, though. So let's see. Well, I mean, technically, it's not too bad. Basically, the red that I have behind me on the wall, it was like the poster itself. I don't remember how much it was, but it wasn't super cheap. And then like the quality, you know, frame with the glass and everything, like proper framing and stuff, that was also like kind of chunky in terms of price. So I guess 50 is not too bad. you get a whole package, why not? But that's not too bad, huh? See, right to the right is Monday, like half of the stream. I'm just gonna do like the roguelike with the new class shifter. So I guess it's kind of like the shape shifting druid or some stuff. Sorta, similar concept. So I'm gonna try that because I mean, I was like, yo, I kind of like haven't played the campaign yet, so I kind of can only do it in the roguelike mode, I guess. Campaign is waiting. Whenever I'm ready to commit like 150 hours or something, we're gonna do it. And they were like, sure, fine, all right. Got a second season pass, by the way. Or Wrath of the Righteous that way at least. So whenever I get to play that, I'm gonna have all the DLCs on top of that waiting too. Stay focus. So that's gonna be something whenever I get to it. It was any good? Yeah, it was good stuff. Yeah, I would say so. I could recommend like some good recipe and stuff, and it should be nice. Should be nice. Kind of like imagine like sort of kind of beer, but with more like accents towards bread taste and with no alcohol, obviously, and like pretty much with no bitterness because no hops or something, right? So kind of just like liquid bread in a way, depending what bread you use for brewing. If you're gonna be brewing out of the bread. The T-shirt says that the motherland is listening, and the motherland hears you. All right. Get some of this. You can try to just find quests in the store or something. The elderberry flower juice. No, I don't think that's gonna be similar. I kind of don't think so. Now, the thing is, like, you use like when you use the sweet stuff, it's already different. Like, you also get through the fermenting process, also, of course, but that's gonna be kind of more sweet. Kvass is kind of like liquid, like rye bread or something, you know, pretty much. You can try to find something. I'm pretty sure you should have there, like some stores that might have some Russian stuff or whatever, or like Slavic stuff. There might be. And there is also what's the name? The like one of the Baltic countries also is making kvass, so you can try it. Says no sugar. You add some, but you add sugar for kind of like for yeast to eat, sorta, right? To start the process of fermenting, pretty much. Shit, all done. Welcome back to the dungeon. Thank you, sir. Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate a lot. Yeah, just gonna it's just gonna get too sour, yeah. Like you're gonna balance out the sourness and you feed the yeast that way. So yeast has something to eat. Oh, well, that's fermenting stuff because you have like double fermenting. You have fermenting with the lactic bacteria, the sour fermenting, and you have yeast fermenting too. Sometimes with like extra yeast from, you know, just like baking yeast or something. Sometimes you just use kind of wild yeast. Nice, Steve, nice. Sounds good. Raisins. Raisins actually is a way to add the natural yeast. Some people do that. So instead of like adding the baking yeast or something, you just throw raisins in. You don't do it for taste or anything, actually. You do it because the structure of raisins, with all those like wrinkles on them, they those wrinkles they keep a lot of wild, you know, microorganics, including yeast. So that's a way to get some like natural sort of wild brewing. That's how it was back in the day. Now you're just adding like the regular yeast from the store. Yeah, Xerlo. So Joltan, I think you left earlier. I mentioned I contacted Spell Collective actually. Yeah, sadly they don't provide you stuff for the good visa shit, unfortunately. So yeah, it's only 90 days max if you're not like in a European Union and stuff. Sadly, they just send you invitation, basically kind of like the friend invitation, sorta, that you have place to stay. That's pretty much it. Actually, not that much from the get-go. Whatever. Should be fine. Doing good, actually doing good, and day offs were nice. Day offs were nice. Nothing super crazy this week. Nothing super crazy, but yeah, now I'm done with all the holidays and stuff, so gonna be some calm times now for a while. Yeah, without much going on, man. People is say, sounds good, sounds good, eh? Yeah, Otan. I basically just asked them like what kind of like invitation you guys provide. Does it like let you stay longer than usual 90 days? They were like, nah, it's just like a regular invitation that you stay for 90 days and then you apply for extension, which you need like kind of reasons usually for. So I guess you kind of have contract with them so you can try to make that a reason. Not sure for how long they can prolong it that way though. And then yeah, while they, I guess like part of the concept is also like you apply for extension, and because of bureaucracy and everything, right? While they are looking into extension, they already let you stay, and then they look into extension, then they maybe extend and stuff. So I guess that's kind of how it goes, but that's all very risky methods to do it, especially for us now. So yeah, not super doable, sadly. Not super doable. Only 90 days. We'll see. That's kind of nice too. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Yeah, maybe. And the concept is pretty nice. The concept is pretty nice. I shouldn't dump that much from the get-go. Start slow. You just start slow, eh? Whatever. Whatever. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how things will go. Think like in April or something, gonna be talking with my brother and everything. Hopefully he will be free from the service and they're not gonna get him. So then maybe I'll get him here and myself peace out. Maybe. Maybe. We'll see though. Alright, let's see what happened in the past couple of days. Let's go. Alright. The London Games Festival announced 2023 official selection, which includes Eldritch Fishing Sim Drödge. Hopefully we'll get to play some Drödge. That will be very nice. According to media, TT Games cancelled a few games from the Lego series with some Disney characters. And also they were developing Lego about Guardians of the Galaxy and the shooter with the Warner Brothers characters. And not only that, damn son, already pre-ordered. Nice, so nice. Yeah, Dreadgear would be nice, but we'll see. We'll see. I'll get my hands on it. It's kind of complicated. Did I not check Keymailer actually? I think I didn't. I need to check. I need to check. Oh yeah, Dark and Darker also gonna be happening. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. If I'll get the key for Dreadgear, then I'm gonna play for sure. If not, then well, I mean, I'm not gonna until I get it. So we'll see. We'll see. Journalists weren't very excited about Fatal Frame Remaster, but the Steam reviews are very nice. See, not a cool game to hype for journalists, I guess. The new patch for Wulong fixed the problems with the weird mouse behavior in PC version, and they fixed a bunch of other bugs too. And they finally started fixing shit. Nice, Akira, nice. Sounds good, huh? Korean police raid the Dark and Darker studio, Iron Mace. Damn, son. Maybe we're not gonna be playing it then. Following Nexon allegations of stolen code, assets, and staff. Monka is. What was the finale of that story, though, then? Apparently, that's not true. Oh, yeah, it could be actually, because it's like. Or not. Mm. Oh, the news regard. Well, about the stolen stuff, they said it's not true. So they weren't raided. I mean, the raid also like it's like maybe they said like a raid, and this was just like we're gonna just come here and like search some stuff and peace out. Alright, so what was there in general? The process went quickly, and police did not find what they were looking for. I don't know. I don't know. But apparently it was some sort of like the daily like newspaper actually. And the raid took place on Tuesday. The allegation is probably not true, but maybe there was some sort of kind of raid, eh? Maze founded in October 2021 by Park Seung-ha, a former Nexon employee who had been working on a project known as P3. Person in charge of that project, identified only as Leader A, was fired in July 2021 for leaking thousands of files related to P3. According to Korea Jungang Daily, half of the 20-person team that was working on P3, including Leader A, now works at Iron Maze. Nexon claimed Iron Maze medieval MMO Dark and Darker has striking similarities with the concept of P3 in the major gameplay, rules, and arts, which could not have been made independently. Nexon reported Leader A in August 2021 for leaking company data and assets while working remotely during the pandemic. Police turned the case to the Suwon District Prosecutor's Office in August 2022, which demanded the police find more evidence in December. Raging and Daily shared a message from Nexon that was issued to employees on Wednesday. saying it had verified Leader A leaking thousands of files, including source codes and builds. We also found that Leader A had suggested to teammates of the P3 project that they quit the company and work together on a game similar to P3, citing outside investment sources and more. Some insane detective story there. Insane detective story. Where they're looking, looks like for files that were leaked or something, I guess. Since they confirmed the files that were leaked, I guess they tried to find like trace of that, of the leaked information. And yeah, seems like it is like being handled by police. Suwon District Prosecutor's Office. I mean, I could see that happening, really. You just have like a really nice idea as like a small side project in some big studio that you don't even know if it's gonna go through or something, and then you kind of decide to just YOLO. Not to mention, it's like, you know, it's not guaranteed or known that that project will succeed, right? Like no one could predict that. No one could see that a lot of streamers and stuff are gonna pick it up and everything, right? So they just kind of decided to quit and do it on their own without the big corporate control. And I mean, as long as they didn't like, you know, take a bunch of companies' assets and everything with them, then whatever, I think. Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of like maybe not super common, but that happens. You just kind of like work on something, then you just disagree with the direction it is all taking, or that the project is kind of like, you know, like just waiting there in the drawer and never gonna see the light or something, and you just like, well, shit, then I'm just gonna bring it under the other, you know, banner. But yeah, as long as nothing is actually yanked and stuff, then whatever. Tom Henderson says that the Team Shooter Exoprimal will be out 14th of July. Oh yeah, the presentation is today, so I guess we'll see it's gonna be true or not. I wouldn't be surprised if it is. The finals apparently really good. Yeah, I saw like a lot of people now actually, like kinda going ham on that one, I guess. The finals. Resident Evil 4 remake demo will shadow drop today. Alright, well, that kind of makes sense. There's a presentation about Resident Evil 4 also, so they're just gonna make like demo available. I wouldn't be surprised there. Microsoft said that they are not planning to increase the price of Game Pass because of Activision Blizzard deal. As an example, they used the ZeniMax Media agreement, which they added to the subscription without increasing the price of the subscription. That's good. Shadow Draw people getting ads for it for the demo? Let's see. There's the shadow in that. Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe because, you know, he just kind of doesn't have any date or something yet, so that's already gonna be the drop. Alright. The president of Bluebird team, making Silent Hill 2 remake and Layers of Fear, told about the company wanting to change the approach to the narration in their games. I want to start a new phase as a horror developer. We'll see about that, I guess. We'll see about that. Move over Elden Ring. Clash Artifacts of Chaos is the new hardest game in town. Damn, that one. He was at remote always mentioning that that game and the series in general. Still haven't really checked. Well, I mean, I saw it, but I didn't check it out. The Kalash Artifacts of Chaos. It's the one weird-looking art style one. Could be, I guess. We're just gonna kill it there. I guess it could be. And maybe that one is actually good. One sec, just gonna clean this. There we go. There we go. Alright, that done. The shadow drop. Don't like the shadow drops. See, before the shadow dropped the announcements because they didn't do the announcement for the announcement. Didn't see that coming, eh? Alright. Gonna clean a bit here. I'm not liking the shadow drop. Well, what's the right usage? What's the right usage? I think it's basically whenever they pull, you know, it's available now. Boom. Like the Hi-Fi Rush, for example, or something. In the Hi-Fi Rush, I guess no one in general expected. I don't know, I'm kind of okay with that. 3 reviews SMH, that one is not a lot of reviews in general. That's kind of sad. Thought that was a good one. I think it's an alright one. Maybe when it's used improperly, then maybe. Other than that, why not? Just kind of to release something, you know. I mean, basically, it's like it's an okay term for a thing that you would explain with way more words and stuff. Let's put it that way. Let's put it that way. According to Vice President of Activision Blizzard, the PlayStation had just directly admitted that he just wants to block the deal with Microsoft Activision Blizzard. And the situation about Call of Duty doesn't bother him. Well, I don't think it's like supposedly. I thought I saw it's like literally what happened. He just said that, you know, we don't need any deals. We just don't want that to go through. That's pretty much it. Financial director of Warner Brothers, Warner Brothers Discovery, hinted that the success of Hogwarts Legacy pushed company to how do you say, to widening the world of Harry Potter. And no one's sure yet how it's gonna manifest itself, though. Ooh, man, we're about to get even more seeding on Twitter. Then, oof, the universe is gonna expand now. The universe is gonna expand now. Five-year anniversary of Warhammer 2, for Warhammer Vermintide 2, and you can try the game for free. Son, didn't you get the game for free anyway? Think so, Steve. I think so. But the new stuff is coming, though. The new stuff is coming. Some advanced stuff might happen. Why not? Why not? Sony's afraid that Microsoft, after buying Activision, will release Call of Duty on PlayStation with a lower quality. Damn, son. Sabotaging the gaming experience on PlayStation. So maybe the shit port of Horizon was their ploy, you know, to sabotage the PC platform, so we all get PlayStations instead. Damn, son. They expose their own plans that way. I see how it is. They're projecting there. They're projecting. Still trying to force some actual Harry Potter in it. Wait, how does that work exactly? How does that work exactly? What did they force in Legacy though? Thought it's just like general universe though. And like the timeline is very different too, no? The Association of Sci-Fi Writers. Actually, no, I guess not the sci-fi. Well, it used to be, I think, sci-fi though. How even say like fantasy writers or something. Decided nominations for the best video game script. Elden Ring, Horizon Forbidden West, and Stray. Stray. Alright. Okay. I guess the Nebula Awards. Now they got the video games there too. What else is there? Pentiment. Vampire the Masquerade Sins of Desires. Oh, it's one of the Vians there, I guess. Alright. Those games have good writing. I think Horizon is decent though. I mean, I haven't played the second one, but judging by the first one at least, that was good. Like the overall story was good, huh? Some nuances on the spots maybe were kind of a little weird sometimes, but like overall world was pretty nice. Oh, you mean just being tied to Hogwarts? I see, I see. Let's see, they were right. Yeah, the world and everything is nice. So I don't know. Maybe Forbidden West is completely turning into 180 there, but you know, The new edition of The Outer Worlds in Steam has only 18% positive reviews and just over 200 reviews. Players complaining about the FPS dips and other tech issues connected to a performance. Classic, man. So basically, they pulled the same as Witcher HD, right? Same issues, but they charging for it, and Witcher didn't. That's a weird one. That's a weird one. Call of Duty creators are teasing a Shredder from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in Call of Duty crossover. Damn son, insane. Like how you can like actually like different statements do. Starfield has been delayed until September 6, 2023, having previously been slated to release during the first half of the year. It's not exactly, you know, the release date announcement. It's a delay, dude, because it was promised for the first half. So yeah, they mean the devs, of course. They mean the devs, not content creators. Microsoft Xbox Game Showcase will return on June 11th. All right. We'll be watching that. We'll be watching that. Cities Skylines 2 achievements revealed. Damn son, people already leaking that shit too. A League of Legends MMO executive producer Greg Street departs Riot Games. Damn son, hope they're not having some fiesta with that one too, even though it's still probably years away. On September 6th, we're gonna have some Starfield. We'll see about that. We'll see how that will go. I'm okay with that. Hopefully that's gonna be some good stuff. Hopefully. Activision releases 3 previously unlisted Call of Duty games on Steam. That's on, they're going full speed back there. Horizon Forbidden West, a writer claims credits snub in Nebula Awards nomination. Wait, what is that? What? Oh, most of the stuff wasn't credited. All right. One of the game's multiple narrative writers pointed out on Twitter that Nebula is listing on the names 2 writers, the narrative director Ben McCaw and lead writer Anna Keaton. The writers are credited in the game proper. Their mission in the Nebula Award speaks to a larger issue with crediting in the industry. Well, I mean, that's kind of the tricky part, though, because, you know, you kind of have a book that's mostly written by like one person, maybe by a couple of people. Nebula was so important. Nebula, I think there is, I forgot the name. There is one more, I think, that is like bigger than that. But I think Nebula is really huge. That's like a really huge award in sci-fi and stuff, especially. That's going since like I don't remember since when, like mid 20th century or something, maybe even earlier. So it's like a big for writers basically. It's big for writers, but that's the problem. Like that's made for writers, so they made it for like one with a couple of people writing a book. And when it's a game, there's like a whole department pretty much. Like, what do they have? 12 people. No, 12 person writing stuff is a minute. So it's like 14 people basically who are writing the game technically. 50 of them per game. Well, these guys had 12, huh? Dungeons and Dragons Journeys Through the Radiant Citadel, 17 writers. All right. Obsidian Entertainment's Pentiment, 4 writers. Yeah. I am not sure. It's like it depends on the game, I think, because in some, I guess there might be like like the main person who writes kind of like the main stuff, the skeleton. But it's probably not in all the games though. The story and the world is often done. I think it really depends though. I think quite often it's like split among multiple people, partially because of like it's just faster that way to make it. Because like it depends on the approach, on how you plan the game making process. Because like some people, some studios, like if we're talking about some like uh what was the name of that dude who was making the Subnautica devs new PPG game that kind of flopped. Like if it's like someone like this, right? They write a story and then everything else is built around that pretty much. And in some studios, it's like, we have like some idea, we have some gameplay, we have this engine, we have those things. So now we're kind of gonna bend the story, around it, sort of. So basically, you have like some maybe like idea of the world, and then like all the details already being built and fleshed out on the skeleton of the game by like multiple writers and stuff. Because quite often, like easier to do it that way when you already have like gameplay kind of tested. You did some like runs and everything, you did some iteration on that, and then you can start already working on like characters and stuff, because like write a character down and then like you don't need that companion. Like companion system just gets cut because it just doesn't work in this game, and you kind of need to like redo everything. So it kind of depends on the approach. And I think in most of the big studios, yeah, probably like some characters are written by another like person, right? Like someone wrote some like general idea, and then all right, we need to make like 10 different companions, right? With like some romance stories, their own quests and stuff, right? They kind of need to fit in the world, but like that's already going to be someone else doing those characters, for example. Someone doing like side quests separately, for example. So it's just kind of like, yeah, who you going to credit there? With the book, it's a little easier, even though I guess Dungeons and Dragons Journeys Through the Radiant Citadel, 17 writers. Fuck is that even? It's not like, is it a book? Is it like a rule book for Dungeons and Dragons? What is that exactly? Let's see. Let's see. Come on. That is Adventure Anthology for the 5th edition of the Dungeons and Dragons fantasy role-playing game. Each adventure was created by an author, like by an author of color. Additionally, this book introduced new location. So it seems like all the 17 authors and 17 different books, I guess. But they award the anthology. That's also kind of weird. I don't know. But it seems like the problem is like that. What's the name? They just didn't credit them in particular. It seems like other studios are credited all of them, all 17 writers, I guess, and then they didn't get that. All right, maybe they didn't get that because they have like some sort of like, what was it called? Yeah, narrative director and lead writer. I mean, that's kind of in their position that they are the ones who kind of are the main. Like, yeah, are you supposed to like put like the nebula word for writing like the alt text? Like the like farewell, you just need to write in like 10 different ways, and then you just like, oh man, I have like a Nebula award, like, you know, like Ray Bradbury had that, you know, Herbert Wells have that, and I have that. I wrote NPCs in Oblivion or something, you know. Kinda PP again, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. But I mean, yeah, in this medium, I think it's kind of hard to do it other way around because there's a lot of people working on that. So how would you award them? I think it should just be awarded to like the game. When it comes down to like games, maybe like when it's like multiple people, I think it should be like the result being awarded, not the person, not every person on that. Like they should be mentioned, I guess, but I think the result gets the award. Like that book, that game or something, that deserves the award. You participated in that, you have a piece of the award, but not, you know, the full award to every single one who kind of participated in that, I think. What else? What else? Twitch is testing new simplified bits experience on mobile devices. The new simplified flow is choose a mount. Optionally, you can click show all to pick a cheer mode. The current old flow is choose cheer mode, then choose a mount. Both required. Damn, son. Money first, pictures later now. These two, let's see. Oh yeah, this one is insane. A former Riot execs raise $55 million to launch new studio, The Believer Company. Bruh. Like you just kind of like were some executive in like another gaming company, and you starting a new gaming company, and you get 55 fucking mil just thrown at you. Like what the fuck, man? He's Elpo. Right? I mean, I will. Yeah, sure, sure. I tried at some point back in the day. I just like saw the interface and stuff, and just all right, that's the way to do it. But maybe. Everyone wants to start their own thing. Yeah. That's how it's called, the Believer Company. I think everyone who put like 55 million to that, they are fucking believers, dude, for sure. Big believers. Huh? Everyone wants to start something, and everyone wants to invest into something still, which is surprising, kinda. But I guess maybe a lot of companies would kind of like cash and everything, and that shit right now is kind of not exactly cash, but you know what I mean. And that shit is kind of loses the value currently, so you kind of want to throw that in somewhere. Maybe that's why. What the fuck are these prices, man? Then the Alienware, a laptop with 3070, Ryzen 9, 3070 Ti actually, 1,400 bucks, brother. Why don't we have such prices? Get one just as a streaming PC, or the ones I can just pick it up and piece the fuck out. Microsoft says Warzone and Modern Warfare 2 could be ported to Switch in timely manner. I mean, it's gonna be just cloud port most likely. I don't think there's any other way they're gonna run that on Switch. I really don't think so. Let's see. Team Schaffer wants more people to visualize themselves making games. True. True. It's exactly where we going. That's exactly where we going. Should get visualized a lot. Discord's voice chat app finally comes to PlayStation 5, huh? Visualize these nuts, yeah. This visualize. No, I mean, he probably meant from the perspective of, like, making a video about it, streaming it, because they just released recently the Psychonauts 2, like behind the scenes, how it was developed, like was like 30 hours or something. I don't remember. Or was it 30 parts or something? Like basically like a whole bunch of videos on YouTube they released how they were making it and everything. Apparently that was a pretty nice video. It's pretty interesting. Someone is into like watching stuff on YouTube, and they did it before with another game also. So I guess that's what he means, that more studios, more people should like do the same when they develop. I mean, kind of not false. Kind of not false. It's always kind of like helps to see how things go. To just realize, the scale of things and everything. Because like if you would observe some things being made, even though it kind of depends too, because there's on one hand there's like YouTube videos, for example, that might be all like very edited and stuff, and they just show like, well, you just kind of like put this here, you just put this here, and then boom, you have a game. There we go. Or you can have something like super in detail or anything, and that might be a bit confusing. Same kind of with stream, I feel. Like if you just tune into someone doing something without knowing like all the context and stuff, just looking at all the code there and everything, you're probably also gonna be like, okay, that looks a bit too much. But I think it's still good though. YouTube acknowledged that the new profanity policy actually resulted in a stricter approach than intended. Them, son. It took them a while to realize that. When did that start? Like a few months ago or the last year, I think. YouTube is retiring its static ad overlays. Well, Twitch has been adding more overlays, channel skins, stream display ads. So no overlay ad format on YouTube anymore. So like the banners on stream gonna just disappear, and they're gonna have only ads that they actually play over the player. I think banners are kind of okay, but I guess that's why they're removing them, because they're just useless. They're good, they're not obtrusive and everything, right? And yeah, people just probably like close them or something, and they actually don't have any effect. The copy pasta filter, I see it though. I'll see it though. No, no, I see it. I see it. I'll see it. And the point where the game there will take the longest also. The easiest and the longest in the same time. I mean, kinda, but also kinda not, I think. I think it depends. Like for AAA and stuff, for sure. For indie, I think not necessarily. Like there is still demand for just like, small games that you can just like the bite size. Like there is uh I think it was it Google's project or something. It's called, I think, like Game Snacks or something like this. There was like an article before, like a year and a half ago, I think we saw. Um, it's like the browser HTML5 mostly stuff, I think, like very, very small games. Like you basically kind of just like can play in like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, this kind of stuff. And that stuff is very popular apparently. Like it's made like in HTML5 so you can like run it everywhere, like browser, right? Like phone, PC, whatever you want. And they are very, very fast, very small, and very popular. Yeah, like the length of doing it is like I think it's just the pressure from yourself too, because you just see all those games around, right? And when you like start doing something and you do something like basic, you're like, dude, this is like some lame shit basically. Look at that, look at this, and this is my trash. Like it's small in scope, it's kind of like, scuffed, and I'm supposed to sell that. Who gonna buy that? But I mean, realistically, you still can achieve something that might make people buy that no matter what anyway. See, I don't think it's like the longest, but yeah, if you want to make something like on par with the like the AAA projects and stuff, then yeah, it's gonna be insane amount of time and effort. Gloomwood development for 9 years, yeah. Like if you but that's the thing also. Like if you would try to make something like Gloomwood before, it probably also would take a while. Because Gloomwood already, like graphically and everything, it's kind of from the past, right? All the feature set and everything is also from the past, really. Like there's nothing super innovative that Gloomwood is doing and using, right? Like a lot of popular games now is like boomer shooters, for example, right? Like they still look like shooters from then, so they are easier to make, they're cheaper to make, and they still kind of from then, so they shouldn't be really long to make. See, I don't think it's exactly um, taking longer now. But if you want it for AAA, for sure, for AAA, 100%. Like if you want to make something like super huge, detailed, and everything, then it's gonna be a long time. That's for sure. For indie, if you want to make something also, yeah, like on par, that's also gonna be really, really long. Yeah, like Dwarf Fortress and stuff too, of course. But like with Dwarf Fortress and those is like a little different. That's kind of like live service in a way, I guess. Let's put it that way. Like live development, I guess, service, not the live service game, but live development. With India, I think you still can kind of do on the shorter timeline, but I mean, it's gonna be harder if you like with smaller ones, you pretty much will need to kind of like be more creative and stuff. Or just trying to like serve the same audience. Like I'm pretty sure like a lot of like the card like I see a lot of still like the card deck building roguelikes, right, and everything, like still a lot of people like doing the same old Slay the Spire, just like with different cards and stuff. And it works. And I play those once in a while too, even though it's kind of like pretty much the same concept, just like new cards, new stuff, and you already kind of like, that feels good, why not? Now for indie it's easier now for sure. For indie it's easier, and the thing is like before you probably like wouldn't even be able to do something on the side of your main job because like you would require way too much time to invest just from the perspective of like making your own engine and stuff like this, right? And now you can just like use a lot of things that save you time, that save you effort, that save you money. But it's also that like back in the day, just making something run and shoot was already an achievement, and now it's just kind of like basics. You need to add a bunch of other like scope and everything onto it. So it does take longer for sure. It does take longer, but depends what you aim for. Like look at the sock pop, right? Like I read about them on Sunday. 100 games in 5 years for 4 people. There you go. Not all of them were like crazy success, but still I think it's kind of like quite impressive. I mean, there's marketing and stuff too, of course. No, it's more about the lane though, like the lane, like the fact that it's cheaper and stuff now than it was before. Is that's 100%. Like the only expenses if you want to make something on your own is like assets. But assets back in the day you also needed. Like if you can't make assets now, you probably couldn't make them back in the day anyway, right? Because a lot of assets now you can just do like pixel art just like it was, back then pretty much. So it's not that much difference. Like if you couldn't make assets back then, you can't make them now still probably, right? So that didn't change. But like development part became cheaper because of the engines and stuff. So yeah, pretty much the only increases in prices are like on marketing department. Well, I guess also maybe like more expensive to get assets, depending of what kind of assets you want to do also. Because overall, I think like the prices, obviously in absolute numbers, they increase. Like if you paid like, I don't know, like $5 to some artist back in the day, now you pay like 15 or something. But it's also in general, the scale of numbers changed overall in time. So obviously it's more expensive, but it's like everything is more expensive pretty much. Let's put it that way. Anyway, what else? What else? Most assets for free nowadays? Yeah, and that too. That market also increased in size. Yeah, absolutely. Most accessible and best looking it has been. Yeah, I mean in Unity too. Like whatever experience I so far had with it, it's pretty good. It's nice. As he's uppers, I say. Yeah, last time I looked like that would take some time or and money to catch up if I would want to. I mean, you still probably can comfortably play it. You're just not gonna have everything, but you're gonna have everything you need, sorta, I guess. But yeah, I can see that it's like whenever you take some break, take some rest, it's gonna be like, instantly increasing the distance between you and game. Between you and meta, I guess, let's put it that way. Take-Two's indie label Private Division has been hit by workplace cuts as part of the publisher's efforts to reduce costs across the company. Another one. Well, now after such release of the Outer Worlds improved edition, they probably can cut even more people, I guess. That's what they're gonna do now. Probably. You don't need to, I mean, you don't even need anything, to be honest. Like the blueprints, like Ultan showed us the game that made purely with blueprints, so like no raw coding there whatsoever. So yeah, it is a thing now. It is a thing. I mean, there's also Game Maker, right? There's RPG Maker. Like, there's plenty of option. Yeah, you can make a whole game with blueprints. I forgot the name of the game. If Ultan is here, can refresh the memories. The horror game on Steam. That one is purely blueprints. I mean, if anything, like looking with like the Unity and stuff, it's like it doesn't require any more like crazy, coding knowledge. The mini hentai. The thing with hentai games, it's not the engine, and that's the thing. Like the pretty big part with the game nowadays, especially, I think it's not exactly the code behind it, but the gameplay loop and the quality of like art and graphics now, which obviously like coding kind of empowers all of that, right? And like needed for all of that, keeps it all glued together. But it's still the most important part, especially in hentai games and stuff. It's gonna be like the models, the assets and stuff, and like people already would do that a lot, which they do actually. To be honest, there is plenty, but people mostly like pick.
I love you guys.
Different things for different engines. Shit, Soltris, welcome back to the dungeon. Thank you, sir. Thank you, man. Thank you, thank you. 5 years. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Booming indeed, eh? Thank you, sir. How we doing? before there was an influx of those. I mean, kind of, as I said, I think it's all on the models. Like if there would be like a lot of like people ready to do those models and stuff properly, like if anything right now, in my opinion, hentai games and stuff gonna be booming not because of the engine, but because of the AI art. That I think might be the case, because now they can get all those Coomer pictures and stuff all they want. That most likely gonna be the main case. That's gonna be the case most likely. And a lot of them not made on Unreal Engine, to be honest. I think it's still mostly like Unity, and that's already kind of impressive if it's gonna be Unity. I think a lot of them are like RPG Maker, some browser stuff, or the visual novel engine. Forgot the name for that one. There's that one too. That's the main stuff. And I think it's still gonna just keep pushing there just because it's like more money that way. Unless someone will decide to make some super high budget, super Coomer games, but I think even like the Subverse or whatever, right? Like that one even like wasn't exactly the revelation in the end, right? Like people weren't super impressed and it didn't, step up the Coomer games much. I think it's still kind of like a lot of creators just still stick to the already like tested grounds. And it's probably also like more economically efficient for them. Like they do RPG Maker or like visual novel engine, they just like put some text in. Chat GPT now too for you. Put like a few pics there. They commission there, like some animations, which again like AI can help nowadays too. And boom, ready. Product is done. And then you just kind of like farm the Patreon subs. Then you just like you don't even sell those maybe that much, but you just farm Patreon. So yeah, like the full AAA high quality production Coomer games. Not sure if we're gonna have a lot of those. And just a lot of commitment, a lot of investments for not a lot of gain, in my opinion. Ooh, right, what else we have? Halo Infinite Season 3 ray tracing update is here. Damn son, I got the RTX enabled too. Yeah, the Starfield will be like after a week also from Baldur's Gate 3. Damn son, people gonna be suffering. Well, we'll see, but looks like Starfield is on Game Pass. So like a couple of months of Game Pass will still probably be cheaper than getting the Starfield. So that's most likely what I'm gonna be rolling. Probably. All two people there, yeah, most likely. Chucklefish announced a sequel to their strategy throwback, Wargroove 2. Damn son. We'll see, Steve. Yeah, that will be complicated. That will be complicated. We'll see. I would say currently, like especially with Oblivion still going, I'm like more in the mood for Starfield. It's just kind of like easier and more straightforward to get into. How it's gonna be later, we'll see. Hey, Gropey. With the internet issues for Ella again, man, just suffering. Holy shit. Did he have some yesterday? I saw he started like late, but I'm not sure if he had some more or not. The internet issues as a streamer is the worst shit ever, dude. It's so annoying. Like I've been having some like I over 5 years I'm streaming, I had like maybe 5 times when I had like really bad internet issues. And every time it happens, you just feel like, oh man, it's like so bad, it's such a failure and stuff. Even though it's like, once a year or something, you have like an hour or so of issues, and you think it's like end of the world already, when in fact, like 364 other days, everything's good. It's fine for the last 6 hours. All right. Dice combat kills any high power Baldur's Gate 3 for you. I see. No, I don't know. Like I'm kind of like that kind of RPGs. It's like it's harder for me to get into, sorta, like to get myself into it. Nice, Gopi. Nice. Glad you like it. Glad you like it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah, go full war with these ISP, yeah. I mean, in Sweden, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be sold though. Like they most likely have some alternatives there too, and you know, it's in general really good internet there. So yeah, worst case can like go for some like business line or something like this, or just have like some sort of what's the name? The service kind of like Speedify or something, when you just like merge multiple signals in one as an option, so you can like just connect like a couple of ISPs, and you get like double the speed, and if one of them dies, you still kind of have that one working. It's all kind of seamless and everything, and just like balances it out. And there's even cheaper option. There are routers, I think, with the
I love
load
you
balance.
guys.
Like as soon as one is over, like another takes off. But that's gonna be still disconnect because Twitch only takes one IP. Oh shit, Ropey. Welcome to the dungeon. Thank you, sir. Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate it a lot. Thank you. That's still gonna disconnect, so it's annoying. But if you manage to get like Speedify or something going, you can just put like multiple connections in, and it's just gonna be like merging it all together. What the IRL streamers use with their streaming backpacks, basically. You can have like this $1,000 device to do that, or you can just like pay for the internet service, like $60 a year or something, and get that thing going. Get that thing going. I mean, box might be kind of okay too, since it's your job, you know, and everything. Why not? As an option, but usually just like you have like few like bad days when everything like lags and goes bad, you kind of like suffer, and then it's just kind of gone and you forget about it already. So hopefully gonna be good soon. Hopefully. Thank you, Gropey. Thank you. Right. Microsoft tells the SCMA it's not interested in selling parts of Activision Blizzard to ensure acquisition goes through. Says content and cloud licensing agreements are enough. I wonder how all that stuff gonna end up with them. I think they're gonna acquire it though anyway. They do for living streaming, and that's all I do. That's all I do. I'm a full-time for 5 years. Well, I guess full-time a little bit less, few months less, but still. The full-time Todinger, yeah, basically. Oh yeah, Against the Storm interview under design pillars we need to check too. Technically now also partly programming, I guess you could say so. Well, I mean, programming also as a part of streaming, sort of, as a part of content now. Alright, what else? Man, GDC starting. Now they're retweeting a whole bunch of stuff. The Roblox Frontlines devs have ambitious plans for its game and Roblox. Damn son. The Roblox still going ham there, I see. MMOish RPG Wayfinder, bags of promise, but after playing close beta, just can't get excited about it. So what was your verdict about it, Steve, in the end? The Mage Seeker brings a Seek 2D action to the League of Legends world next month. It's already next month for that one. The Mage Seeker. We'll see about that one. The 2D action is like the reskin of their other games, sorta, but you know, might still be good. See, Akira is saying, the worst experience in your life, damn son. That must be very bad. Feels bad, my glorious, feels bad. Definitely made for co-op, I see. It's like a lot of games I kind of just like If I see there is co-op, I'm kind of like, all right. Then I'm probably gonna chill because it says you can play solo, it's all good, but yeah, we already been there. Been there, seen that. Rather not. Rather not. You play co-op or you don't, rather. Postal 4 will be on PlayStation. PlayStation 4 and 5, I guess. 21st of March. Damn, son. I'm gonna enjoy the best game ever on console now, too. I like that phrasing too here. Take-Two confirm layoffs affecting private division despite exponential growth in recent years. Brother, why? Why? Is that game insanely bad? Oh, you mean Postal 4? I'm actually not sure though. Like, was it actually bad, or was it actually fun kind of bad? You know, because it's Postal, man. It is kind of bad. But there is also Postal 3 that is even among like the Postal games is considered bad, like bad, actually bad. So I'm not sure about the fourth one. Is it actually bad or is it still, you know, kind of funny? Where all the money goes. I wonder myself sometimes. Stalker 2 Art of Chernobyl is set to present at GDC 2023 during a panel on March 23. They'll show an exclusive new look at the game. So GDC, I'm not sure if they're going to be like streaming or something somewhere though, because usually it's like, you know, the development talks and stuff, not exactly announcements and things there. Insanely bad optimized. That could be the case, yeah. It's a bad, alright. A lazy unfinished bad, okay. Well, yeah, I can see optimization. I can see in general it kind of looked very dated. Let's put it that way. All right, what else? What else? The Playdate price will rise by $20 next month due to manufacturing costs. Like a lot of people actually bought that. I wonder like the sale numbers on that one. That's like the weird kind of like Game Boy-ish thingy with like this like side crank thingy that you turn, which is kind of like part of the controls. I don't know. There's like a bunch of games being made for that one. Like itch.io, I think, has like a bunch of games that go for Playdate. And it's time to become the Playdate developer. I think it's kind of like restricting you too. Like it's you know, very specific type of console. Let's put it that way. In the meantime, Amogus was downloaded on mobiles over 500 million times. So 500 million downloads on mobile. The game is played most actively in US, Brazil, and India. Interesting. Interesting. Origami developer Lin's Works is closing. I wonder why. I wanted to play Origami actually. Did it not go that well for them? After releasing two titles, the studio's shuttering comes nearly a decade after it was founded. Indefinitely halted development on new projects. Last couple of years have been particularly difficult as we shifted towards the development of new IPs and new cores for the company. We're ambitious about what we wanted to achieve as a studio, but sadly, although we made good progress, the economic context was not favorable, and we ran out of time. That's unfortunate. Both Origami titles will remain on storefronts and platforms. In addition, the online co-op will continue to be accessible to users. You kind of no one played. Well, I mean, first one also wasn't, you know, the super widespread game, I think, but they both are good though. It's still kind of nice though that, you know, for 10 years they were able to just, you know, develop and everything, and it was fine until money ran dry. But still, they were doing what they wanted and liked. That's not too bad. Damn, Halo Infinite got the Russian voice acting even. Damn, son. Insane updates. Minecraft, a world editor, could be coming to the Bedrock Edition. How leaks are to be believed. Escape from Tarkov releases usernames of over 4,000 players banned for alleged cheating. I wonder what like they're releasing the usernames actually achieving though. I wonder. GTA 6 receives an update on a potential release window. Well, that's some rumors there though, looks like. Alright. Classic. The public lynching, I guess, yeah. How Potionomics turned price haggling into a card game. That we're gonna read it too on Sunday. That sounds good, huh? Alright, what else? What else we have? Man, dude, with some the wild hot takes. Ah, see, you're right. The meme stuff. Nothing crazy. The money pit of GTA 5 running dry. No, it's not. It's not. I mean, the thing is, they can even like try to kind of even transfer. Nah, that's probably not gonna really be that easy to kind of transfer GTA Online on the rails of like GTA 6. Nah, they're probably just gonna restart everything. I mean, they kind of needed some point, you know, to make a new one. They're not in a rush though, probably. So that's still gonna be probably like a few years until they release. And I mean, you know, while GTA Online is still on, they can kind of like tie things in with like some sort of like extra content, new heists and everything, and just kind of like get like more the move towards the new one a little bit smoother, a little bit better, kind of advertise to the audience that they still kind of have active, not waiting until it like dies out completely and then only roll it out, but kind of like making it, you know, like Warzone 2, I guess, in a way. It'll shut down GTA 5 servers? I don't think so, really. I actually don't think so. I think they could keep going. I think they could even like support it with some content for some time, maybe even. As long as it's, you know, financially rational to them. I think they could. Alright, what else? So what else? Anything dink? The Human Fall Flat sold 40 million copies. Insane, dude. 7 years since release. 40 million copies, holy shit. Insane. Alright, what else? What else do we have? Any dankness, huh? Oh, damn. The Austrian court finds FIFA's in-game card packs violate gambling laws. I think that was already the start before. But it's fallen to Sony to pay the price. Damn, son. Getting Sony to deal with that stuff now? Alright. Yeah, they support like the GTA Online getting a lot of shit for sure, yeah. There's a lot of stuff and it's mostly free too, right? So that is indeed quite impressive. Huh? It's indeed quite impressive, huh? And the Fortnite authors give the name of the new season. It's gonna be called the Mega. Damn, son. Time for Ella to play some Fortnite then, seems like. Supporting player-made stuff. Oh, yeah, with GTA? Did they really? I think there was like just a bunch of like lawsuits and everything all the time. I mean, some things they did though, like yeah, the GTA like RP and everything. That was smart of them to allow it to exist. But I think they kind of like nuked a bunch of mods too in the same time. The racetracks and shit. I see. Yeah, there's a lot of the huge like racing community in GTA Online actually, and even on GTA RP too. I'm surprised like the Red Dead RP didn't kind of take off. That would be kind of interesting. Like RP stuff is actually unironically might be something, and there'll be like some new kind of like hyped RP things going on. That might be something I actually can return to watch Twitch for some time, at least like for a week or so when it's like all starting and all kind of fun. Like some of that stuff I would watch, yeah, for sure. Like watching Bogdan and everything, right? Watching the PP roleplay of Forsen and everything. Those were good stuff, man. Those were good times. That was nice. She's kind of empty. I see. All right. I rushed and then finished. Well, I mean, they didn't pump any content for it. That's the problem. They like tried for a year or so. I guess they saw that there is not that much gain from it, and they just kind of like stopped. Yes, yeah, so I see. In the end of March, Metal Hellsinger will get the DLC with 2 new songs and 1 more weapon. Damn, son. They pumping, they pumping. The massive potential there, yeah. Yeah, I think they kind of just like, I don't know, maybe they was still too focused on GTA Online or something. They just kind of like fumbled basically with the Red Dead. They tried for a bit, didn't go that well, and then they just kind of abandoned it completely. The mobile version of Little Nightmares was supposed to be out in the winter, but it didn't work. Now developers are announcing the delay. Well, I guess announcing the new dates and stuff. Tom Henderson says the journalists will share their opinions on Dead Island 2 on 13th of March. So I guess there's already some sort of reviews copies going. Naked reminding about their show, which we will watch today, 7 p.m. CET. We gonna watch their show together. When I'm done with this, we're gonna call it, take a break, grab the food and everything, go to the store, and then I return, and we do at 7 p.m. European time. We do the reacting. Battle State Games said that last week they banned 6,700 cheaters. Damn, son. They pumping, they pumping. Cliff Blazhinski said that Phil Spencer wanted to return Gears of War to its grim roots. Phil knows, man. But they never listened to Phil. Phil's bad, man. They didn't listen. Game Pass gonna have a Valheim on consoles, Civilization 6 and Ni no Kuni 2 on consoles and the PC. Soon. Then the fuck Bluebird team is working on 7 games now, including the Silent Hill 2 remake. The opening, their division is in Los Angeles and Warsaw. Damn, son. Like, how do nowhere really, dude? I don't know. Like, I mean, they did some good horrors and stuff, right? But like, they didn't feel like super outstanding among the others. Like as soon as they got what was the medium, right, or something, with like Microsoft just like putting them left and right and forward and everywhere and just promoting that as much as possible. After that, boom, we now the gods of horror, man. Even though medium was kind of like very average from what I heard, right? Not really into horror too much. So like it wasn't even that good, but they just like put them everywhere, and now like they are like the standard for horror basically, and everyone just it goes with the remasters and stuff to them pretty much. The starting sales of Hogwarts Legacy in Europe took over Elden Ring, Red Dead Redemption, and Call of Duty. The only game ahead is FIFA. Damn, always that fucking FIFA, man. Yeah, yes, Dave, yeah. The Layers of Fear, another one. I think it's Layers of Fear now. They removed the S now already. Lego is planning a big reveal for Mario Day on March 10th. Damn, son. Soon. €500 Mario Lego sets. Probably. Yeah, launch sales of Hogwarts are bigger than every Call of Duty game released in the last 6 years. The numbers are probably ridiculous there. They're probably insane. Yeah, Lexus, that's the thing. Like the first Layers of Fear, right? Whatever they were called, also about the painter. I think so, right? Like I'm already like lost in them. There was like first Layers of Fear, then there was second one, and now there's Layers of Fear again, right? Which is like different. Or I'm like already like mixing something up. I mean, it was solid. Like I remember, I watched like pretty much horror when I was watching on Twitch. It was through Ella, right? Like it was okay. Like it was one of those kind of like smaller horror games that are good, like rare ones. Usually it's kind of some scuffed shit. That one wasn't really scuffed. That one was decent. Then they had what was that one with one of the actors? I think, right? They got to do like the cyberpunk-ish. I forgot the name. Like the cyberpunk detective thingy, which wasn't even really that much of a horror, I feel, because again I watched Tele and that was Observer. Yeah, that one like looked very polished, right? Like the graphics were good, the budget looked high, like the actor and stuff there, right? Like kind of good, interesting looking, but like the horror part I don't remember. Like I watched Tele play through it, I don't remember anything horror there really. It was them too, right? I think. And after that, yeah, I think after that it's already medium, right? I think they just kind of like went, they got one decent horror game that sold probably good, and they just kind of like reinvested all that into increasing the the production levels So they made the next one already. Maybe not a good horror, not really good horror, but it's like, so it's looking good, high polish, high budget. So they just kind of got into like, you know, kind of mainstream, I guess, or sorts. Because a lot of those like more like simpler horror games, I feel like they, like, how do you say, they kind of like a niche that is easy to get some sort of success, but it's really hard to get like, you know, somewhere past some threshold. Like you get like some like the cap basically. So it's like you have the corridor here. It's like easier to get like the bottom is kind of still not on the zero, right? It's easier to get something, but it's also really hard to jump over the limit. So I think they just kind of went for the like polish and budget, so you know they kind of can get like higher than this like plank that all the like indie studios have. And then they got picked up by Microsoft, right? The Medium, even though was kind of nothing crazy, they still got a lot of attention. They got like on the movies gonna be made or like show, I don't remember, right? And then they just pretty much kind of got the free PR from that. And now everyone is just like Silent Hill, you know, all this stuff. Here we go. Oh, the Blair Witch also was their stuff. All right, all right. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I think there is like just not a lot of like, yeah, big studios that do horror. Even like with Capcom, like they kind of return right to horror sort of, but like the last Resident Evils already weren't really like that horror. I haven't watched already Village. I haven't watched right. Seven had some of the horror, but also like 50-50, I guess. And before that, I think it was already like glorified action game sort of. And again, they only make their own game, right? They only make like Resident Evil, and that's pretty much it. That's their shit. They don't make anything new, anything else, kinda. So yeah, I guess there's just like nowhere to go if someone wants to make like some horror game. They just have no other studios to go to. It's either like a whole bunch of like indie studios, but it's probably hard to sort them out because there's a lot of just like scuffed ones, right? And it's also kind of probably looks kind of bad for like big publisher, big like copyright owner or something, right? They just like look at something like, I don't know, like Little Layers of Fear first one, for example, or Lost in Vivo, for example, right? Like Lost in Vivo was cool. Like I watched Ella play that. It was kind of cool. It was stylish. It was nice, made by Kira, right? Like the House of Jump Scares also he made, I think. Like they look kind of like scuffed for the observer, really. Like they kind of not super crazy good, right? Monstrum or something. They're like scuffed-ish. So like for big studios with like a big money, they probably look at this and like they don't play them, I guess, right? They just like watch them real quick. Nah, dude, this is some like low level stuff. We need someone who is like, you know, working with like Unreal Engine, someone who has like, you know, already experience with some good graphics and stuff. We want to sell that shit. And that's how it happens. Like there's Amnesia, for example, studios, right? There's Soma and everything. Like it's really good horror games, but yeah, I guess they are like not high tier enough in terms of production quality to go to them with like something like Silent Hill or something. Well, in my opinion. But yeah, I don't think they kind of like some gods of horror or something. I don't think so. Yeah, frictional games basically. Or they just like did really good marketing for themselves as a studio or something. Maybe before they were working like kind of outsourcing some other studios also, like kind of renting their powers, right, to some other studios, like doing some like graphics, doing some like CGI for some other studio, for example. So they just got like a bunch of contacts, and it was easier for them kind of like manage to get like some good contracts, good offers. But I mean, it's good. Like it's impressive. Let's put it that way. Because over when was Layers of Fear? I think it was like when I was already like watching it, like kind of modding and stuff. Like past 2016 for sure. Like maybe like 17 or something, right? I guess the first one. And like in 6 years, basically, they got from like making this like your average indie horror to having like 7 projects in the works with the 2016, yeah. Towards like the studio that already makes, you know, like the remake of like one of the most famous franchises, right? And having like a bunch of other games in the works, 7 projects. And show or movie maybe still on the work on the medium. Like I remember there were plans, but not sure. Maybe they kind of just like cut it already because it wasn't that popular anyway. So yeah, that's impressive in 6 years. The path like this, like there's like origami developers, right, who in 10 years went from like, you know, getting one game done, like doing the second one and then closing because there's no money. And these guys in 6 years went just like boom, the giga stonks. Insane. Alright, what else we have? The fresh update for Papers, Please. Damn son. Moved from OpenFL to Unity. Fixed some bugs and added support for 3 languages. Damn son, not bad. After all the time. I mean, insiders say that GTA 6 is releasing in 2024. Insiders suggest it is likely. I mean, could be. I don't know. Depends on how long they already work on it, because it's GTA, it should be like super polished, basically. Because it already has like such like the level of expectations that it's really gonna need like a lot of work to get there. Let's see, Steve. I see. I might try to get that one. I might try to get that one. Basically, like next week, 10 days, maybe 2 weeks or something, just gonna be like a bunch of like new games because Atomic Heart's done now. So, and I got like in last week, I got like a lot of emails like from devs and everything with different games that they're releasing, like basically today, or like a couple days before and stuff, and next week too, and the end of March also. So there's like a bunch of stuff already. So I probably just gonna like basically kind of like the first look every day almost is gonna be most likely, except for like Sunday, pretty much. Even on Monday there will be some. Let's see. A specialist of Digital Foundry analyzed the problem of the split screen in Baldur's Gate 3 on Xbox Series S version. Looks like such difficulties will appear with the junior version of the console in the future too. See, I see like a lot of narrative starting already that Xbox Series S is like, you know, dragging, you know, the industry down. Like everyone needs to adjust everything and tone things down to work on that console. So wonder where that will go. Will they just like start already like, you know, just like cutting support and making only like, you know, the full-fledged console? You know, how it's gonna go, not sure, not sure. Kinda doubt it though, because it's still pretty good chunk of audience. I think like most of the Xbox Series people probably sit on the S, to be honest. The new season of Fortnite might have another crossover with Star Wars. Damn son. Time for Antraxa to come back to Fortnite, looks like. Far more Star Wars stuff. Not just lightsabers, but force you're gonna get. Insane. Yeah, I think the Series S is just like kind of carries them in terms of sales. So yeah, I doubt they're gonna be just cutting it. When the music stop. No, there is still just kind of quiet for now. Maybe like the playlist stopped or something. Alright, what else? What else? The Castlevania crossover for Dead Cells is out. And looks like everyone's enjoying it. Alright. Now, Marvel Snap has amassed $50 million in global revenue since its release. I mean, not bad. I'm not sure exactly like was the golden standard for the card games on mobile and stuff, but considering it's mobile only also, not too bad. In the update files for Dota 2, people found mentions of the new Counter-Strike on Source 2. Even in Dota, there's already hints. Damn, son. And the journalists are happy with the early version of the finals, noting the wild and crazy gameplay and the destruction of objects in game. A lot of videos with the demonstration now. Is it not available still for like streamers and everything? Is it not available yet? The finals beta starts today amidst positive reviews. Oh, it should be already, right? Lyric streamed it. Alright, I see. That's easy, bro. I see. Oh, you can just get access on Steam. Alright. That's easy, bro. Okay. Alright, what else? What else? The Quest Pro that launched at $1,500 last October now sells for $1,000. 256GB Quest 2, which saw its price raise from $400 to $500 last July, now sells for $430. So they still dropped some of the price, but not even to the previous levels. Shaken by SMH. Twitch even needed to post official statement about the viewer counts and lurkers not counting. Muted stream viewers do add to your viewer count, actually, I see. Thankfully, no changes in that algorithm. Thankfully. 11 years ago, Captain Shepard had to his adventure with Mass Effect 3 release. The Mass Effect 3 already 11 years old. The Boomerathon fitting soon. Already, I guess, kinda you could say so. I could say so. I gotta get back to the second and third one. Yes, these do, I see. Ooh, right, what else? The paradox stuff already that we saw. That we saw. We will see. Yeah, what the paradox stuff gonna roll out there. The beta of the Diablo 4 starting soon, man. Next week, I guess I'm gonna be dealing with that stuff. It's gonna be expensive, first of all. And second of all, I'll need it to mess with that shit. Now do some magic to be able to obtain it and everything. As these two I see. Hopefully. Legendary on PlayStation Plus. Do it, do it. Oh man, they actually started filming the TV show here. The whole script is written by AI. Damn son. And they actually going ham here apparently. All right. Would they do that? No idea. No idea. Arcane confirms a Redfall crossplay between Xbox and PC platforms. No, at least that's something. I wonder, like Game Pass with other stuff gonna be cross though, cross store. That's the real questions nowadays, I would say. Capcom launched the special IRG website with puzzles and secrets for those who are waiting for Resident Evil 4 remake. Damn son. Time to do some research. All right. With the Hogwarts Legacy launch sales 100% bigger than the last year's hit Elden Ring. Oof. What the fuck? 2 times the Elden Ring power. Well, it's just in UK, but still, that's some power right there. Larian confirms Baldur's Gate 3 early access owners get digital deluxe edition upgrade for free on release. Not bad, not bad. Very nice of them. Developers of Final Fantasy XVI admitted that they were happy to add swearing in the game, but authors decided to not go too far with that. Damn son, it's the adult game now. In the meantime, Kerbal Space Program 2 online in Steam is now lower than the first game. Oof. That is a certified oof there, dude. Dr. Disrespect calls NFT opposers brain-dead headline followers. Damn, son. Hard to say when he's in the role and when not. In the act and when not. I mean, Leon didn't even like really use in the end. I think NFT stuff there anyway, right in his game, so I'm not sure if he's serious about that stuff, but I mean, wouldn't be surprised. And supposedly, the authors of Wolfenstein New Order and the New Colossus are working on multiple games about Indiana Jones. Multiple ones. Oh, there still will be? Oh, damn, son. Oof. That's a yikes. That's a yikes. Xbox Series already started the preload of Resident Evil 4. Damn, son. 67 gigabytes. Insider claims that part of the GTA 6 content will be left for the future DLCs to not allow the delays. Release is expected either at the end of 2024 and the beginning 2025. GTA 5 didn't have a DLCs, right? I think? I don't think so. GTA 4 had 2, I think, right? Was it? It's Ballads of Gay Tony and forgot what was that one. I haven't played those DLCs actually. And GTA 4 DLCs I haven't played actually on the original. That I have not. Alright, and this we already saw. And you appeared while we were reading this. Tom Henderson says that the expansion Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak might appear on PlayStation and Xbox at the end of April. It took them a while then, right? Alright, and what else? The creators of War Thunder announced the avia simulator Aces of Thunder for PlayStation VR 2. Then that's probably quite dang there. That is probably quite something. Yes, these days, I see. And Digital Foundry analyzed a Resident Evil Village for PlayStation VR 2, praising controllers and the high level of immersion. Project have problems with the visual component, but they're not critical. I see. Yes, easy, bro. I see. Blizzard announced a big content update for World of Warcraft Dragonflight called actually it's like the Russian translation of the name. I wonder if they actually still translate everything, because technically people can't play, but people do play from here. So I wonder. The Embers of Niltarion or something. Updated the roadmap for 2023. Let's see. All right. Seems like it. Seems like it. Caught up on the stuff, and yet today at 7 p.m. CT, we're gonna watch the Naked Connect together. So we're gonna get some more of them news there. Some more announcements and updates on already announced games, né? Some Robocock, some Golem that we're supposedly gonna get today, and some more stuff. And some more stuff. We will see. Already not that much time left until the show. We'll check it out. Oh, we will check it out. Alright. Alright. So, it's already kind of like in 45 minutes I would be calling it a day.